In the heart of Silicon Valley, where glass towers pierce the fog and ambition hums louder than the morning espresso machines, James Carter stood in his penthouse, adjusting his cufflinks with hands that trembled not from nerves, but from rage. The drone hovering above, its lens glinting like a vulture's eye, captured the annual Carter family photo, a ritual that once stitched their lives together but now felt like a noose tightening around his neck. At 52, James had clawed his way from a cramped garage to the helm of CarterTech, a cybersecurity empire shielding thousands of homes across the West Coast. Yet, as the drone whirred, his own family felt like a system breached beyond repair. A cryptic email from an anonymous source had landed in his inbox that morning. Your empire is built on sand. Look closer. His gut churned. This wasn't a corporate hack. It was personal, a dagger aimed at his life's core. The photographer, a quirky hipster with a man bun and a tie-dye shirt, clapped his hands. Closer, folks. Fake it till you make it. His cheeriness grated like a dial-up modem. Claire, James's wife of 20 years, 48 and polished to Instagram perfection, inched toward him, her lavender perfume sharp and unfamiliar, like a stranger's signature. She avoided his gaze, her lips a tight line. Their 17-year-old daughter, Mia, stood to Claire's left, scrolling TikTok with the intensity of a day trader. This is so cringe, Mia muttered, her earbuds leaking a diss track that jabbed at her father's boring life. James caught the lyrics. Something about suits and sellout sand felt a pang, not just for her words, but for the years he'd traded for their Palo Alto mansion, their Tesla fleet, and Mia's elite STEM academy. He'd coded through sleepless nights, missed her piano recitals, all to build a fortress of wealth. But fortresses, he was learning, could crumble from within. 2 months ago, the first crack appeared. Late at night, while Claire slept, James had borrowed her iPad to check a client email. Instead, he found a string of flirty DMs with Ethan Brooks, a 35-year-old wellness coach from their upscale gym, all chiseled jaw and kale smoothie swagger. The messages were a punch to the gut, heart emojis, late-night meetups, and a photo of Claire in a sports bra captioned, "Miss you already." James's world tilted. He'd hired Sam Rivera, his college buddy turned private investigator with a knack for dad jokes, to dig deeper. Sam's report was brutal. She's not just working out, man. They're clocking serious overtime in Napa Valley. Sam had uncovered a year-long affair, complete with Venmo payments labeled yoga sessions and hotel receipts for romantic getaways. Each detail was a shard of glass in James's chest, but he didn't break, not yet. Now, as the photographer shouted, "Big smiles, Carters!" James's phone buzzed in his pocket. He glanced at the screen, expecting a work alert. Instead, it was a text from Mia. "You're a walking ATM, Dad. Mom deserves better." The words seared. But what came next was worse. He showed the screen to Claire, expecting shock, maybe shame. Instead, she smirked, whispering, "She's not wrong," and fist-bumped Mia like they were co-conspirators on a reality show. The photographer, oblivious, chirped, "Love the energy." James's jaw tightened, his pulse a drumbeat of betrayal. This wasn't just a crack in his family, it was a demolition. He slid off his smartwatch, a gift from Claire engraved with "Forever Yours," and dropped it on the glass table with a deliberate clink. "I'm done," he said, his voice low but lethal, cutting through the room like a power surge. Claire's smug facade cracked, her eyes widening. "You're overreacting," she shouted as he strode toward the door, ignoring the photographer's confused mutter, should I keep shooting?" In his Tesla, the leather seat cool against his back, James pulled out a burner phone, a precaution he'd taken after the email. He dialed Elena Martinez, his COO and trusted confidant, her voice as sharp as a server reboot. "Launch Operation Reboot," he said. Elena didn't hesitate. "It's go time." The plan, months in the making, was his counter-strike, not just to survive the betrayal, but to rewrite the code of his life. He drove to a boutique hotel in Menlo Park, its minimalist decor a stark contrast to the chaos he'd left. Locking the door, he opened his laptop, reviewing encrypted files, financial records, surveillance logs, and a legal arsenal Elena had prepped. His phone buzzed relentlessly, dozens of missed calls from Claire, then Mia, then Claire again. He silenced it after the 10th, his focus razor sharp. This wasn't about revenge, it was about reclaiming what was his. At 8 the next morning, Elena arrived at the Carter mansion, her stilettos clicking like a countdown on the marble floor. Claire answered the door in yoga pants, her face pale, eyes bloodshot from a sleepless night. "Elena, what's this about?" she demanded, her voice brittle. Elena, unflappable, replied, "James is safe and has retained my services. May I come in?" Inside, Mia sat at the kitchen island, nursing a matcha latte, her phone glowing with notifications. She barely glanced up, assuming this was another of her parents' spats. Elena opened her briefcase with a snap. "This conversation is being recorded, per California law. James filed for divorce yesterday, citing infidelity. All joint accounts are frozen." She slid a thick folder across the counter, its weight a silent accusation. Claire's laugh was sharp, forced. "This is nonsense," but her eyes darted nervously as Elena continued. "Your smart home system disagrees. James's CarterTech system, installed in every room except the bathrooms, had recorded everything triggered by keywords like Ethan, divorce, and ironically, loser." Elena smirked, leaning into the moment. "Your Alexa's got more dirt on you than TMZ." Claire's face drained of color, the realization hitting like a system crash. Mia, sensing the shift, lowered her latte. "Mom, what's she talking about?" Elena didn't pause. "Your mother's been having an affair with Ethan Brooks, your spin class coach, for a year. There's more. She's been siphoning your college fund for wellness retreats with him, including a $5,000 couples massage course in Bali." Mia's phone clattered to the counter. "You spent my MIT fund on your side piece?" Her voice cracked, betrayal raw in her eyes. Claire stammered, "Mia, you don't understand." But Mia was already on her feet, storming off. She paused at the stairs, tweeting, "My mom's a walking red flag, family drama." Elena pressed on, her tone cool but cutting. "James has evidence. Photos, videos, hotel receipts. And Claire, your lover's been selling exclusive workout videos of you to a shady fitness influencer network for extra cash." Claire sank into a chair, her influencer polish peeling away. "That's illegal," she whispered. Elena raised an eyebrow. "Not in a home owned solely by James, programmed to protect his interests. Should have read the user manual." Across town, James sat in a trendy juice bar, the kind where kale costs more than steak. Ethan Brooks slid into the booth, all athleisure and arrogance. "What's up, old man?" He smirked, sipping a green smoothie. James didn't flinch. He slid a tablet across the table, its screen showing Ethan's crypto wallet transactions. "You've been skimming gym membership fees, funneling thousands into Bitcoin. I'm on the gym's board, Ethan. You forgot?" Ethan's smoothie spilled, his cool guy act crumbling. James leaned in, his voice steel. "Leave California. Never contact Claire or Mia again, or the SEC gets your blockchain trail. Oh, and those videos you sold of my wife? Delete them, or they're the least of your worries." Ethan's face went ashen, his smoothie forgotten. "You can't do this," he stammered. James stood towering. "I already have." Back at the mansion, Claire's desperation peaked. She raced to her bank, only to find her secret safe deposit box emptied. James had moved the jewelry, cash, and emergency passports to a secure vault days ago, tipped off by Sam's surveillance. Meanwhile, Mia, scrolling X in her room, found Ethan's deleted posts bragging about scoring big with Claire. Her fingers shook as she texted James, "I'm sorry, Dad. I was wrong." The words were a lifeline, pulling James back from the edge. He replied, "We'll fix this, kiddo. Together." 3 days later, the showdown came at Elena's sleek office. All glass and steel, a stage for corporate warfare. Claire, gaunt and defeated, faced James across a conference table, their attorneys flanking them like sentinels. "You're ruining me," she hissed, her designer dress hanging loosely on her frame. James's eyes were cold, but steady. You ruined us first. Elena slid a document forward. Sign this. It relinquishes your parental rights. Mia's 17 in 8 months. She'll choose for herself. This just formalizes the damage you've done. Claire gasped. You're stealing my daughter. Before James could respond, Mia burst in, flanked by Sam, her eyes red but resolute. You stole yourself, Mom. I found your texts to Ethan. You called me a brat you'd ditch after graduation. You laughed about Dad being clueless while planning to bleed him dry. The room froze. Mia's voice broke as she continued. Dad never trashed you, not once, even when you called him a failure. You made me hate him, fed me lies about his work, his love. You spent my college fund on a villa in Greece with that creep. Claire's hands trembled, her defenses shattered. Mia, you don't understand, she started, but Mia cut her off. I understand perfectly. I'm staying with Dad, and when I turn 18, I'm done with you. Elena, ever the strategist, quipped. Should have read the prenup's fine print, Claire. It's tighter than your yoga pants. The jab landed, lightening the tension but underscoring the stakes. Claire signed the papers, her signature shaky, her empire of lies in ruins. That evening, breaking news flashed across the TV. Ethan Brooks, arrested for fraud after an anonymous tip to the IRS, his wellness empire exposed as a Ponzi scheme. X lit up with memes. When your yoga coach scams your college fund. Mia retweeted one with a laughing emoji. Her first smile in days. James, watching from his new loft, felt a weight lift. He'd lost a wife but gained a daughter and something more. His dignity. Actions have consequences, he told Mia over takeout pizza. The city lights sparkling outside. She nodded, her eyes soft. You're my hero, Dad. 3 months later, CarterTech was thriving, having acquired a rival firm whose CEO was exposed for data breaches thanks to James's strategic leaks via Sam. Claire's influencer life crumbled. Her condo went into foreclosure after Ethan's legal fees drained her. She posted a vague Instagram apology, captioned, New Beginnings. But the comments were brutal. New beginnings? Try new morals. James and Mia settled into their loft, hosting pizza nights filled with laughter. Mia landed a scholarship to Stanford, her essay on reclaiming trust earning praise. She texted James, Love you, Dad. We made it. One night, a burner text from Ethan arrived. You'll pay for this, Carter. James smirked, forwarding it to the FBI. Try me, he replied. The family portrait on his desk, now edited to show only him and Mia, was a quiet triumph. Claire's absence wasn't erasure, it was freedom. This story isn't just about betrayal. It's about rewriting your code when life crashes. James Carter didn't just survive the thrived, proving that no hack, no lie, can define your worth. You've got the power to reboot, to rebuild, to reclaim what's yours. So, what's your next move? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Show, would you handle a betrayal like this? And if this story fired you up, hit that subscribe button for more tales of grit and triumph. Let's keep the spark alive. James's journey wasn't over. He stood in his new office. The skyline, a reminder of his hustle, his scars, his victories. Sam knocked, grinning. Heard Claire's selling yoga mats on Etsy now, rough pivot. James chuckled, the sound lighter than he'd felt in years. Not our concern, what's next? Sam handed him a file. New client, big fish, says their system's been breached. James nodded, his mind already racing. The game never stopped, but now he played it on his terms. As Mia's laughter echoed from the loft, he raised a glass to the TV, Ethan's trial fading to static. To new beginnings, he said, and the world felt possible again.